And we're just about heading into the game right now. We're gonna see what these first picks are. It's gonna be a Ratbo for Lazur. And then a Morellia for Floforian. Good start for Floforian so far. This has to go with a really defensive infiltration. Combos it with the Sharp Strike Twins. Top goes the Assassin. Deals with the entire bottom side. And the Netherbat barely misses it and flies over! Floforian's building up a massive XP lead right now. There goes the Scrap Horde dealing with the Flightless Dragons. You have a defensive chopper to top and the Scrap Horde bottom. Out goes the Fire Amp, and out goes the Fireball as well.
Yeah, Floforian's not going to land that Spirit on anything from his Forbidden Knowledge book, unfortunately.
Swinging Scrap does not grab the bridge, unfortunately.
So key kind.
Quickly place the Plasma Marines in order not to float mana. Then the Curse Bearer comes out.
And unfortunately, the placement wasn't soon enough to make for some of these Plasma Marines, but it's not going to matter once the Shardrock Twins come out anyways. A well-timed Shock Rock and Assassin here could put an end to this whole push.
Oh!
Assassin doesn't quite land on what he wants it to land on though, so that Succubus is going to stay alive. You would hope that for Lazur, who's bringing as many Assassins as he is in his decks, he'd be a little bit more prepared to get the placement on it, but it doesn't turn out in his favor there.
Bit of defensive play that we're going to see out of Lazur here. Manages to hold that off. And it's a race to perk 2 right now. They're almost dead even. There goes the Black Hole out of Floforian to block the Fireball from Lazur. The Scrat Tank comes out. That's going to block. And Lazur hits perk 2 first. Gets that Daka. There goes another infiltration from Floforian.
It's a good Scrat Horde placement plus Daka from Lazur to deal with the Fire Imp and the Scrat Tank simultaneously. Neither of those is going to get any damage on face, but the Plasma Marines at the same time work. And Shardrock Twins could come out soon here. There it is, in the pocket. Lazur does
spirits come out
though with the defensive chopper and the assassin. If he places them right this time, this will be no problem for him to deal with at all. And the Shock Rock too. He needs the Shock Rock, then assassin. A Black Hole from Floforian really screws himself up actually. That assassin is gonna re-stealth and almost kill the Succubus. If that Shock Rock had come out from Floforian, it would have been a guaranteed. I mean, if a Shock Rock had come out from Lazur, that would have been a guaranteed kill on that Succubus there.
Beautiful Fireball on the Fire Imp from Lazur. And we see another infiltration come out. Deciding to use the Spirit, gets the Spirit on the Succubus, and then one of the Plasma Marines. Really lucky with the RNG there, that's a 1 in 5 chance. And this looks like a pretty nasty push on the bot side. The Lazur's gonna have to deal with. He has the defensive chopper in hand, decides to use it, and the Black Hole comes out. Places that assassin inside the Black Hole. Doesn't quite get
really good placement on the Curse Bearer there, honestly, to defend the assassin long enough there. It was really well done. Took all that damage there. The Daka doesn't come out soon enough though to stop this whole push from going down to the Fire Imp though.
And the assassin barely misses stealth and that's a Morellia attack. There goes the Fireball onto the infiltration, gets 1 extra mana value out of that. And the Morgul's gonna be doing work. And the double spirits on the twins. Hovering that defensive chopper, thinking whether he wants to place it. He does. And that Succubus is not gonna die because of the spirit. Showing how insanely powerful the spirit is on the Shock Rock Twins.
I'm really surprised Lazur doesn't go for the shock rocks here to shut down these really strong shard rock twins pushes whenever he can. Another bad black hole comes out from Floforian. It's really unfavorable for him there.
We're gonna see if this Nerver gets burned down with the Scrap Horde and it barely survives. Nerver says no. Really back and forth between these two players. I think both of them want to win this grudge match. Building up that Accursed Ascension for Floforian there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have many cards he can benefit off of it, so it's not going to work out too well for him.
Ooh, the Spirit landing on the Nether, that's not what Floforian wants there, and he doesn't get any on his Charge Rock Twins. This could be favorable for Lazur to turn around and turn into a good push, especially with the Queen's Dragon already down, and Lazur closer to Mana Frenzy just ever so slightly. This could go in his favor here.
560 for Lazur to 380 for Floforian. And that's a beautiful fireball, taking out the Fire and the Succubus. And the Spirit barely
really
saves the Succubus.
Really good RNG for Floforian there to land the Spirit on the Succubus there with all those Plasma Marines out.
And XP is tied, 179. Succubus goes down. That Incubus is gonna go down as well. And the Screaming Scrat decided to betray the Succubus, and the Succubus goes down.
Oh, the Netherbat jumped in front of the Succubus to get down Mr. President. Move from the Netherbat. Keeps the Succubus alive just a little bit longer. And Floforian will be reaching his Mana Frenzy just ever so slightly faster in this match.
Floforian's already hit Mana Frenzy. Lazur is just fighting for control of the bridges. He's 3 XP away, 2 now.
He can't give up this much bridge control. He has to do something about this. It's gonna be over if he doesn't do anything right now.
He's waiting till 10. He got 10 and he got Mana Frenzy at the same time.
It's gonna be over. He can't stop this at this point. It's already too late.
Tank, double Succubus. Throws down the Morgul. That's not gonna do much, and the black hole goes out in the corner.
A really well placed
That is a massive
defensive chopper in the middle of all this terror.
And there's the infiltration from the top side.
Oh, he needed to turn that fair top, but he plays it bot lane instead, and it's just not gonna work.
Really intense game, but well played by both of the players. This grudge match is insane.
Definitely an interesting first game, but with how close it was and just how so many little factors determined it there, the game 2 could go any way between these two players. So we'll see Floforian coming back on that Morellia, while Lazur has to switch to his other unbanned master, which is gonna be his Ravager, I believe.
Players taking a lot of time to think about their sideboard. It's gonna be a really intense 3 minutes. Both of them want this top 4 spot really badly. And I think the players are just about done sideboarding their decks. We have 1 minute left to go on the sideboard. And both the players are ready, and we are just about headed into the game. Pretty typical start out of Floforian here. Playing
Floforian
really
going
aggressive.
for the Loser Cleaver delivery service play to get a little bit of damage on Lazur's face right off the bat. 100 damage there.
It's kind of what happens when you play Ravager. You get no range, you get outclassed by ranged minions. It's not a good time. Unfortunately, the bottom stun lancer just barely dies to the plasma range from the infiltration. Drone Walker gonna be doing work.
Floforian able to get his combo off pretty early here.
And the Spirit gets delivered over to the Incubus, and we see the first Shen Storm Strike so far. It's gonna be absolutely insane once he hits that perk too.
Yeah, it's a card that can really take off with Ravager's perk too, just taking advantage of the crazy amount of attack speed that he'll get later on.
And if you combine it with the Stun Lancers, you get 200 damage hits every single time. And that's going to be absolutely devastating. Meanwhile, the Spirit goes to the Defensive Chopper, barely saving it.
Yeah, really good timing there. And another good pick for the RNG gods to give Floforian an advantage here. Letting the Spirit hit the right target there between two, a 50-50.
There goes the Black Hole. I'm not too sure what that was for, because the Cleaver... Okay, there we go.
It works out in his favor, despite he didn't need the Black Hole, but it does still work out for him. Doesn't ruin anything.
And there goes the aimbot. Really smart placement on that, placing it in front of the face with the shield, taking no damage off of that. Screaming Scrap gives the distraction as well, and that's a Spirited Cleaver that's just gonna go down. 0 damage taken off of it. 2,550 for Lazur to 2,800 for Floforian. See a slight XP for this XP lead for the Lazur here, just about 6 XP up. There goes the infiltration right in front of face. Followed up with the Charizard Twins. And it one-shots the Succubus! Turns around. Bit of a facepalm there from Floforian. Did not turn his leg.
He gets the Spirit onto the Incubus, that's just not gonna matter here. It's already taken care of.
Stun Lancers. Just going to work on it. Getting constant chain stuns. Got 2 pushes on both sides. Now let's turn to 1. He's gonna get the Spirit on the Fire Rim. And then the Scrat Tank.
He's going for a bit of a different strategy with this game since his Charizard Twins are a little bit shut down. He is still playing them whenever he can, but against the Storm Strike and those Stun Lancers, it's a bit harder for Floforian to get that value this game.
Ooh.
He tries to Black Hole with Daggerfall, but he just doesn't get the timing. It's really hard to get that right on the right note. Floforian has a lot of opportunities to play skeletons out of his Forbidden Knowledge book, but
meanwhile, Shen Storm Strike is on base. Now
He's
it's
always
frenzied.
going for the Spirits, just trying to go for the stronger play.
And that's 2 hits from Shen Storm Strike that Lazur got off on Floforian's face. So Floforian's down to 1,210 to 2,070 for Lazur. The infiltration comes in once again, blocks it off, but the Whirly Scratch just gonna clean that up. Meanwhile, it's the push on the bot side for Lazur. Defensive Chopper, not gonna quite kill that assassin just yet. But that's a frenzied assassin moving up. Gets the hit on the Succubus, stalls it out, doesn't quite get the kill on it because of the Spirit. But Floforian's just losing ticks of health everywhere.
Yeah, this Terror is going to be no problem for him at all, though. He's got it pretty much locked down with this
Defensive Chopper and the Succubus just absolutely destroy it.
But here comes the Defensive Dragon, and we'll see how well that comes out. The Stun Lancers and the Storm Strike both recently went down for Lazur.
So meanwhile, Floforian, there's a Stun Lancer on your face. Dagger falls the infiltration. Good play off of that. Then I guess the Charizard twins up. And a stun Lazur's coming in absolutely clutch for the Nerver. Queen's Dragon, not gonna do much unfortunately. Frenzied Incubus tries to do a bit through a laser. Not gonna turn out very well.
Nicely done by Lazur overall. He stalled out the Fire Imp that was coming to save the Nerver. Does a really good job of it, but with the
Lazur is losing health like crazy. There's a Cleaver that's about to hit his face. Succubus, Fire Imp, and the Scratch Tank. There goes the Infiltration. Black Hole is not going to come out, save it. The Fire Imp burn is insane. Uses the Screaming Scratch to barely protect it. That's going to be targeted onto the Assassin. Frenzied Assassin just for like 2 seconds. That's not going to turn out. Now Morellia Scratch going to get absolutely destroyed. Incubus on his face.
And there it is, the GG thrown out. Lazur goes down to Floforian here. Despite all the early pressure he was able to put on, he just loses it all in one push. It was
even after the
Floforian was able to handle the Terror Brutus push better than Lazur was able to handle the Nerver push, unfortunately for him. So he goes down to Floforian here, and Floforian takes it 2-1.